We've talked for a while now about how the Republican Party has essentially abandoned policy. Like in some vague way, taxes are bad and regulation is bad. But even since early in the Trump administration, after the tax bill passed, the Republican Party stopped being about policy, but rather about cultural issues. I am going to show you now a fundraising email sent out by Donald Trump's Save America PAC, which has the closest thing to a policy platform on it. Trump lists a bunch of stuff, almost like we would list, well, we want to make sure everybody has access to health care. We want to make sure that you're not going to be killed by pollution and that emitters of pollution are regulated. And we want to make sure that people are paying the right amount of taxes to properly fund social services. And here are the social policy, right? Trump sends out a fundraising email that looks like a policy list, but it's crazy. Look at this. Trump's not writing this, but it's being sent under Trump's name. Friend, have you noticed that the radical left is now admitting I was right about everything they lied about before the election? And here's the list. Hydroxychloroquine works. Now, hydroxychloroquine is a medication that works for some things. No evidence it works for COVID. The China virus came from a Chinese lab. That's not been demonstrated. Hunter Biden's laptop was real. Well, it was a real laptop, or it was really Hunter's, or it really contained the things you claim. Again, this is it's like a policy platform of crazy. Lafayette Square was not cleared for a photo op. In fact, we know that it was. The Russian bounties stories was fake. It appears to have been real. We did produce vaccines before the end of 2020 in record time. Okay, I mean, that's one where it's sort of what is being implied. The mRNA platform allows rapid vaccine production. So when Trump says, without me, it would have taken 10 or 12 years. No, without mRNA, it might have taken 7 or 8 years. You had nothing to do with mRNA, and that's why the vaccine was produced quickly. Blue state lockdowns didn't work. What's interesting about that is they sort of did, actually. Like early, we had the situation where the COVID cases and deaths were disproportionately happening in blue urban centers because those were the places with the major airports flying back and forth to China and Europe where the virus was brought to the United States from. Once vaccines became widely available, the case rate and the death rates in red states, and in particular in Trump counties, way, way, way higher than in Biden county. So that's wrong too. Schools should be reopened. They basically are open. Because of Omicron now, a few colleges have said we're going back to remote, but basically schools are open. Critical race theory is a disaster for our schools and our country, and our southern border security program was unprecedentedly successful. This is so funny because it's sort of like a stupid person's policy platform. It looks like policy. There's really no policy. Like hydroxychloroquine works. It's a statement of fact. It happens to be incomplete. It works, but not for COVID. But what's the policy behind it? And this seems to be, to some degree, a reaction to realizing that we've got to have something we're kind of running on to get people to give us money, but we're going to make it really what is, at the end of the day, cultural stuff. And the saddest thing about it is the Glenn Youngkin victory in Virginia shows us that this type of thing works. He ran against critical race theory in Virginia, which was not even being taught in Virginia schools, and he won. Terry McAuliffe made mistakes as well. So this may be the closest we get to a platform from Republicans. It's a joke, but sadly, it might work. And that's why we've got to really be ready for 2022. Part of getting ready is we are going to try to resuscitate declining membership numbers. On January 1st, we'll be doing a one-day membership special. It's going to be huge. And if you'd like to be notified, just get on our mailing list by signing up at davidpakman.com. January 1st, you'll get a beautiful email from me telling you exactly how to sign up. Let's take a quick break, and we'll be right back after this. One of our sponsors is Athletic Greens, which makes comprehensive daily nutrition really simple. People are busy. We're not always getting effective, balanced nutrition from the food we eat. We sometimes are combining all sorts of different vitamins, supplements, different things that may be relevant to us. AG1 by Athletic Greens is a delicious drink that just simplifies the entire thing. It's one product. You get all of the things you need, 75 vitamins, minerals, and whole food sourced ingredients. It's a multivitamin, it's a multi-mineral, it's a probiotic, green food blend in one daily serving. Really easy, high quality, bioavailable ingredients can fill those nutritional gaps in your diet, and they can help with gut health and digestion and support you in other ways. And they can replace multiple products and pills that you might be taking. It's just one drink, really simple. I've been enjoying the AG1 drink by Athletic Greens. Tastes good, helps me get everything I'm trying to get. Athletic Greens is giving my audience a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase when you go to athleticgreens.com/Pacman. The link is in the podcast notes.